The awakening of this man completely reshaped the world. His production magic could optimize materials down to the molecular level. As long as he restructured them, ordinary wood could be strengthened until it rivaled advanced nanomaterials. If he controlled a territory, he could transform it into the strongest fortress anyone had ever seen. But when Van finally arrived at his feet, he was greeted not by loyal subjects but by a band of raiders launching a surprise attack. D, the deputy captain, immediately declared that this was the perfect moment to strike back. The adventurers did not share his enthusiasm. Their job was only to escort Van to his land. Protecting his fief had never been part of the contract. The enemy outnumbered them by a wide margin, and charging in now would be the same as walking to their deaths. While everyone argued, Van stepped forward. He offered to draw the enemy away himself. In his view, a lord who could not protect his own people had no right to expect anyone else to risk their life for him. Unlike the arrogant nobles the adventurers were used to, Van treated every one of them with respect during the whole journey. He even remembered their names. Because of that, his words changed the mood completely. The adventurers were willing to bet everything on him. They had never met a noble who took the lead instead of treating them like disposable tools. Esparta, the steward, acted first. He cast earth magic and raised the ground beneath their feet. Two tall walls rose from the soil. Using the walls as cover, the adventurers launched a barrage of ranged attacks from behind. The first wave threw the raiders into chaos. When the raiders finally regrouped and tried to counterattack, he had already charged into their right flank. His strength alone shattered their formation. Ortho refused to be outdone and struck the left flank with equal force, causing devastation that matched speed blow for blow. Seeing his forces crumble, the bandit leader tried to break through and rush toward the earth walls, aiming straight for the ranged fighters. Van had predicted exactly that. He met the leader head-on and struck him with a powerful blow that left him gravely wounded. Khamsin finished the job and took him down completely. With their leader dead, the remaining raiders were quickly subdued. Their escort mission should have ended there. They could have taken their payment and left. Instead, Ortho spoke up with a different idea. He believed Van possessed courage, intelligence, and none of the arrogance common among nobles. He was convinced that Van had a promising future. After persuading the others, he proposed that they stay and help Van build his land. They wanted to see how far he could go. When they entered the village, they were met with poverty and disorder. Food was scarce everywhere. The village chief told Van that they lived near an enemy nation and suffered constant raids. They were too poor to defend themselves and the empire had abandoned them long ago. Van had already researched the region before coming, so he knew the situation would be bad, but reality was even worse. Complaints would not improve anything. Only development could save the territory. Empty talk was meaningless, so Van's first act as lord was to reduce the tax rate from 30% to 10%. He then instructed Esparta to raise another earth wall around the entire village. It could not last forever, but it would keep the villagers safe for now. Van and Khamsin cut down a large amount of wood. Van activated what was widely considered the weakest magic in existence, production magic. Using modern knowledge, he examined every fiber of the wood, twisting them into strong threads and weaving them into a dense mesh. The result was a block of material infused with nanofiber structure. Ortho watched in complete confusion until he touched the block himself. It was incredibly light yet unbelievably strong. Even with the strength to split boulders, he could not leave so much as a mark on its surface. Production magic was considered weak because it consumed huge amounts of energy and rarely produced a complete object. But none of those limitations applied to Van. His magic power felt limitless, and he created material after material with ease. What began as simple wooden fibers became a katana with a metallic sheen once Van reforged them. Khamsin clearly wanted it, so Van handed the blade to him without hesitation. Khamsin normally used axes and polearms, but he was still deeply moved. Seeing his conflicted expression, Van decided he would craft some accessories for him in the future. The village was so poor that they could not even offer Van a place to live, so he began building his own manor with the fiber blocks he created. He had no experience at all, but he started anyway, beginning with the support pillars and imagining the rest as he worked. The more he built, the more naturally the process came to him. From floors to walls, from stairs to the roof, every detail matched his vision perfectly. Before long, a large and sturdy mansion stood proudly in the center of the land.